Hey everybody, it's your girl Raquel, and this is Reading the Pages of Life. Today is Father's Day, June 16th, 2013, and I just want to give a shout out to all of the wonderful fathers out there that is doing their thing, stepping up to the plate and taking care of their children, being supportive, protective, active fathers in the lives of their children. Because one thing for sure, it may not seem like, all of your hard work and dedication is paying off right now, but you are shaping and molding and developing the minds and the lives of your children, and the type of people that they will be will play a big part in what you have done, or what you have done will play a big part in who they will become. And so I just want to say God bless you, keep up the good work, you're doing a fabulous job, and stay there. It's hard, especially if you're not with their mother. It can be challenging, but you can do it, and hats off to those men who are doing it. And today I just want to talk a little bit before I go to church. I'm on my way to the sanctuary. Um, I had an opportunity to have a conversation with a young man last week, and it was very interesting because he is a father, and he has three daughters, and him and his wife are well, they've been divorced for about 6 years now. And he's a young guy, young. I think he told me he was about, I don't know, 39. And, to some that might not seem young, but it's fairly young for a man, 39, to have three kids. And his oldest is 16. Anyway, we were talking, and I was asking him about what he was going to be doing for Father's Day, and if his kids were going to do anything for him. And he kind of shared with me that he's not in their lives. He hasn't seen them since, I think he said, about 4 or 5 years. And I asked him, I said, well, why? Why haven't you seen your children? And especially girls. Now, you guys know how I am about how I feel, how important fathers are in the lives of their daughters. I mean, they're very important, period, in the lives of their children, both boys and girls. But I just really believe that they're really important, in the lives of girls. But he said to me, and this is what blew me away, and I took it kind of personal, and I'll share with you why. He said that he has issues with the mother. And I said, okay, I'm a little confused. What does your issues with her have to do with your children? Well, he said to me that he's angry with her because of some stuff that happened during their marriage, and that caused them to get a divorce. And so I said, so you're blaming her for your divorce? And he said, well, no, both of them played a role in their divorce or whatever, and he was trying to, say that he wasn't putting it all on her, but the bottom line is that he still had some hurt feelings or some anger issues or whatever towards her. So I asked him, I said, now, has she ever kept your children from you? And he said, no. I said, has she ever tried to, play games with you, with your children? Has she ever tried to put your children against you or anything like that? He said, well, no, not really, but she has talked to them about, some things that I've done, and I didn't think that she should have. And so my next question was, well, did she lie? Did she make up a story? Did she, was it not the truth? And he said, well, I don't know all that she said, but, from my understanding, no, she didn't. So now I'm scratching my head. I said, now I'm really confused. I said, why would you keep yourself from your children based on your wife, and you're no longer with your wife? Now, here's the kicker. Now, hear me. Here's the thing. The lady is your wife, your ex-wife. So she's no longer your wife, and she may never ever be your wife again. Now I'm telling him this, right? You guys are divorced, and she will never be your wife again. You will never have any responsibility really towards her because the ties are cut. I mean, really. But your children will always be your children. They carry your blood. You are responsible for those children. And so when I said it to him like that, he just kind of was like, wow, I never really thought about it like that. And I said, yeah. I said, and so, I really don't know you, but just, personally, but based on our conversation that we're having, it seems like, you probably have some good things that you can offer your children and your daughters. Daughters, these are girls. What kind of women are they going to grow up to be without their father? And you can be in their life. And if the mother's not keeping you from them, what are you doing? And so he tells me that he lives right in the next city. Did you say you live right in the next city and you haven't seen your kids for 5 years? Well, at that point, I was like, you know what? Okay, I have to end the conversation because now I was about to get really upset, and that's not my place to get really upset. So I told him, I said, you know what? You probably should go, look up your kids, find your children, and try to do something with them on Father's Day. So I don't know if he has or he hasn't, but I thought that that was very interesting, because there are a lot of men, a lot of good men, let me add, okay? There are some bad men, there are some immature men, there are some men who are selfish, but there are some pretty decent men that are struggling with some hurt and some issues that they've had, with their ex-wives or with their girlfriends or even with their wives, and they don't know how to deal with it. And so what happens, they don't think they're doing this, but they are. They're taking it out on their kids when they remove themselves from the lives of their children, and they're hurting their children. And so that's a bad thing. That's a very bad thing. And it's personal to me because growing up, my mother and my father, um, they had a love that was just like, wow. Everybody that knew them, we were always like, we want to have that Jack and Dorothy kind of love, but eventually they separated and they got a divorce. But my father never took himself out of my life. If I ever needed anything, I could always go to him. And I just believed that that is the best way. My father helped shape who I am and the woman that I am and the kind of man that I wanted. And my father's gone. And, guys, I'm trying not to get emotional or whatever, but I had an opportunity to spend a lot of time with him the last 2 years before he passed away. And that time that we spent was very significant to my healing of things that I had gone through in my life that he had no idea. But I say to these fathers who are harboring ill feelings and nurturing negative stuff about the women who gave birth to your children, who went through all of that pain and labor, and you can't seem to forgive her, you have to let that go, especially if you're keeping yourself out of the lives of your children. Now, I do want to give a special shout out to a few men that they're not personally, they had nothing to do with my life personally, but these were men that I came across within the last few years that are doing the thing, that are stepping up to the plate, and have taken a major role in the lives of their children. One, Jeff Farrar, Michael Daniels, Patrick Simmons, Mark Craig, Nathaniel Fuller. This is one guy that, he went to bat for his children. He went to court for his children. The wife, she lied. told the judge that he hit her, and he didn't, and so he had to just go through this whole big old court trial, and the truth finally came out, and and all he wanted was joint custody. There are, I mean, so many men that want to be in the lives of their children, and they're fighting for it, and it blows me away that the men who can be in the lives of their children and have decided to go and hide because of your anger and your pain of the mother. I don't understand it. I don't get it. It's one thing to be in pain and hurt, and yeah, we understand that. But you know what? As mothers, we take the kids, when the fathers go away, they're with us. And a good mother, she doesn't have that option to leave her children. She doesn't have that option to say, you know what, I don't want to be with my kids. I'm going to leave them here or leave them there. And, no, she's there being the mother and the father. And oh, one of the things that the young man said to me, that he didn't grow up with his father. So he turned out okay. So he figured his children would turn out okay. And I was like, wow, really? Wow. Well, I'm at the end of this session. Um, Today is Father's Day, and I'm going to be okay. I'm missing my dad, but I'm good. I just want to say thank you guys for keeping up with me and following me. You guys go out there and have a beautiful, blessed, wonderful Father's Day. Be safe. Okay, please be safe so you can see another Father's Day. I love you guys. This is Raquel, and this has been Reading the Pages of Life. And you guys have a good one. Take care. Okay, the thing won't go off.